I sit here now and I think about how through my mouth I can portray to you properly the absurdity of the moment that we're in. We lived it so recently. Republicans, don't forget this, please. James Comer, about to pop on TV. You remember this? And you're like, what the heck are you eating? Not about weight, but just about the sheer face inflation. It wasn't like, fat shaming or anything like that, but just like the sheer roundness, the sheer balloon, like it was about to pop. That doesn't do it justice. He looks fine there. There was these interviews and he looked very inflamed. And I don't know why I referenced that, but just picture it, right? Picture him on Fox News, the Biden crime family, and they did hearing after hearing after hearing accusing the Biden family of cashing in on Biden's presidency, and it failed over and over again. Okay, but we then stumble into the Trump administration, and I'm seeing stories that would take down a presidency. Like, people would be in jail if it were any president other than Trump. Here's the latest. So we've already talked about so many. Binance invests in World Liberty Financial. Binance founder gets out of prison. Trump gives him a pardon, but then goes, I didn't know anything about it, which would be weird because you pardoned him. Or the UAE deal makes Trump's family a bunch of money. He does something for UAE. Or the Qatari jet or whatever. Or even just launching a crypto coin that then people can funnel untraceably a bunch of money to you, and then you have dinner with the top donors. Okay. But now we have this. Let me take you to a little country called Kazakhstan. And the Trump administration, in short, I'll show you a news report on this because I might botch the explanation, but the country of Kazakhstan worked with the Trump administration to facilitate U.S. companies' ability to go in and mine for tungsten, a critical mineral. The report details how Donald Trump Jr. then and Eric Trump became financially connected in the Kazakhstan project while the administration was pursuing a strategic agreement with the Central Asian nations to secure supplies of critical mineral, which is essential for missile warheads, fighter jets, semiconductors, and other defense and industrial applications. So you have the Trump administration working with Kazakhstan to open up U.S. ability to go in and mine for critical minerals. Eric and Donald Trump Jr. get involved themselves in a business venture connected to this project. They then are set to make a bunch of money because of the Trump administration working with the government in Kazakhstan to greenlight this venture. Let me have John Ossoff explain this to you, because that doesn't even sound legal to me. Let's watch.
Listen to this. Last September, the president of Kazakhstan calls Donald Trump and says he wants to grant tungsten mining rights to an American company.
If you appreciate this show, please click the subscribe button. All you have to do is click like that, boom, boom, and you help us a lot. Completely free for you, and then you'll know when videos get dropped. Also, drop a comment, that's helpful, and click the like button. Back to the video.
And the very next month, Eric and Don Jr. get a stake in the American company pursuing the mining deal. 6 days later, 6 days after Prince Eric and Prince Don get their stake, Kazakhstan announces this company will get, quote, the largest known undeveloped tungsten resource in the world. A few more weeks go by. And then the US government, run by their father, sets aside $1.6 billion of your tax dollars to fund and finance their mining project in Kazakhstan. All this while you pay more for gas, for groceries, for healthcare.
And the US government is going to fund, in part, this project. So is it bad that we would go in, even use taxpayer funds to do some tungsten mining? No. No. No, I love tungsten. It's like one of my favorites. That's not wrong. It's in the interest of reducing our dependence on China and their critical minerals, their rare earth. Wait. Their raw earth. That's what it was. Trump said the raw earth. I'm supportive of that. It's that as this is happening, Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. get a stake in the business venture that their father is responsible for, and that the Trump administration has to be on board with, is using taxpayer funds to go in, do a project that will make Trump's kids money. You can see I'm discombobulated because I'm thinking there must be a detail of this I'm missing. Okay, so that's John Ossoff. Let's go to MS Now. Maybe this is where we'll find the missing detail that makes it all appropriate.
Stan? New today, the New York Times is reporting President Trump's sons stand to profit from a $1 billion mining deal struck between the U.S. and Kazakhstan. The Times examined federal filings that show either President Trump's sons or Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's sons with financial ties to at least 14 companies working on government mining deals. A White House spokesperson responded to the report saying, quote, "The only special interest guiding the Trump administration's decision-making is the best interest of the American people." Well, here's Senator Bernie Sanders speaking yesterday at a Democratic convention.
The American people are tired of a president who is a pathological liar, who is an authoritarian personality who wants more and more power in his own hands.
I'm just totally... This one got me for some reason. All of the other ones make me angry. This one's like, so where's James Comer? I just saw the confidential informant that Comer and Maria Bartiromo, we have this morning on Fox News of a violent informant. As Maria Bartiromo would put it, now cutting to James Comer. Yes, today we're going to have my crime family. Okay. Pled guilty to lying about the Bidens. One of the key sources for the allegations of corruption admitted he lied to the FBI to frame Biden. Just recently, like a week ago or something, because that case is being litigated now. And as that's happening, we don't hear a peep from the people who said that Hunter Biden, working at a company that could be impacted by the U.S. government's broader policy on the country of Ukraine, that is criminality. Hunter Biden selling paintings, which aren't bad, by the way, is the epitome of corruption. But the Trump kids taking a stake, having a stake in, the potential to make a lot of money from a project initiated by the Trump administration directly. It's not that like Trump's technically impacting U.S. policy on Kazakhstan and the Trump boys are doing some business in Kazakhstan. It's not like that. It's like the project that the Trump administration facilitated is the project the boys are making money on. I don't like saying overly provocative things, and I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know where exactly laws are being violated here, but it feels like there must be some. Isn't there an emoluments clause? I learned how to say that word. Emoluments. It's like such a weird, vowely word. So that we could talk about it for the last multiple years, so that we could compare the allegations against Biden to the clause and the law. And now it's just all out in the open. And then the argument you'll hear from defenders of Trump, which really blows my mind, is, well, Biden tried to hide what he was doing, which was nothing. He called Hunter one time, and Hunter was in a business meeting and went, "Hey, Dad, say hi to my business associates." And Joe was like, "Hunter's got a bigger penis than me. Love you, bud." And then jumped off the phone. Or something.
Hunter's Biden.
Not a direct quote, but... And that was like, see, he was leveraging his dad's power to threaten the... But then it's okay because Trump's doing it all in the open, and it's just like, it's just business. That's just business. That's what we'll hear from some of his defenders. I'm I rarely ask. I'm going to go ask. I'm thinking of one person. You might know who I'm talking about. I'm going to ask a couple people in my life who I know were really upset about the Biden stuff. I'm going to ask them about this. I'm going to lay out the facts and say this, and then the UAE example, and then the Binance example, and then the meme coin example. And just lay out those 4 examples and say, what say you? In a private setting, not a debate. I tried to do that with Michael Knowles, but that was a debate, so we had to be like, ugh. And then while we're talking about corruption, there must be a government insider using Polymarket to make a bunch of money off of military operations, because look at this from 60 Minutes.
This might be the most insane pattern we have found on Polymarket so far.
Based in Paris, Nicholas Weiman's small data analytics firm Bubble Maps creates visualizations of bets on Polymarket to spot bubbles or clusters of suspect traders. One paradox of Polymarket: everything about the trades is totally transparent and public, except the traders themselves remain anonymous.
This big cluster in the middle, no one talked about it.
The firm's head of investigations goes by his online handle, Deeves. He asked us to obscure his identity over fears of retaliation for his detective work. They shared for the first time what they believe is a more egregious insider trading case than Gannon Ken Van Dyke's.
We spotted 9 Polymarket accounts, all connected, who made collectively $2.4 million, betting almost exclusively on U.S. military operations. Van Dyke made $400,000, here $2.4 million. And now here's the crazy part: 98% win rate.
Wait. 98. This is like winning the lottery multiple times, you know?
The linked accounts made dozens of winning bets on the specific dates of pivotal moments in the war with Iran, even when the odds were low. The first U.S. strikes, the removal of Iran's supreme leader, the announcement of a ceasefire.
How do we know this isn't just someone who has really good instincts?
Luck alone cannot explain those numbers.
You can't get a 98% prediction rate on military operations, especially when they're happening under Trump. How could you possibly guess what Trump's going to do next? And the date, right? How could you possibly predict that? Unless you have intimate knowledge. Unless you're very close to the operations. So you had that one military person who is being prosecuted for betting on the Maduro operation. And I think the point being referenced here from those analysts was that's not even the tip of the iceberg. We're looking at a scale, a scope, a frequency, and an accuracy that almost certainly means insider trading. But that's like one thing when you're talking about maybe somebody is in a company and that's illegal, but like betting on information they know because they work for a company and then they bet on things with the company. That's wrong. I think there's something extra sickening about clearly this must be someone really close to the White House, someone really involved in these operations to know to the moment when things are going to happen and what's going to happen, and then betting on it and making a lot of money. Because it's matters of war and peace, right? That's the darker than like when is Apple going to make an announcement about its new phone or something. This is about strikes that are killing people. And someone's making a lot of money being maybe in the Situation Room. Maybe they work for somebody who's in the Situation Room and they're able to know exactly when things are about to happen. And that's sort of the worst characteristic of these betting platforms.